Oh man, we about to get crabby in here. Holy crap, I should say. Holy crap. But yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do a SD1 on this guy, and I got my noise gate on there, of course. And we're gonna go through these channels, see what this is all about. Let's see if what everybody's raving about is actually true. Let's do it. This is the foot switch here. Look at this thing. That is proprietary. You're gonna have to get this from Ukraine. But yeah, if it breaks, you're kind of shit out of luck. You gotta order another one from them, which, you know, for the price it is, you can deal with it. I'll go ahead and show you guys. It's pretty intuitive to use. So basically, the first one takes you through the first channel, second channel, third channel, fourth channel. Then this does your effects loop on and off, which is awesome, and your solo on and off. So yeah, so I don't have to go through it. All right, what is up, everybody? I'm gonna turn this down so I don't hear myself. But dudes, I can't believe this is here. A Crab Authentic amplification. It's kind of an interesting way to put your brand name, but and guess what? This did not come from the manufacturer, so I can say whatever the hell I want to about this thing. And I do have to say, one of my viewers is, you know, I won't say names or anything, but what an awesome dude. He, you know, saw my channel. He's like, hey, you know, I thought I'd go ahead and see if you wanted to review this thing. I bought it myself and thought I'd go ahead and give you a chance to do it. And dude, it's here. Now, I will go on and say that, like, it's hard for me to accept those kind of things, the kindness of, you know, viewers to do that kind of stuff. He actually, you know, thought about it for a little bit and was like, you know what, why don't you just go ahead and keep it, man? I was like, whoa, hold on, wait a minute, I don't know about that. I don't know, it really is freaking awesome that I have, you know, people out there who want to support this channel and like what I do, want to listen to my riffs and all that stuff. I think that's freaking awesome, and I can't tell you how gracious I am for having people who care about my channel that much and care about what I do and stuff. But anyways, I guess enough about the mushy stuff, but thank you so much, dude. But now I get to show everybody what one of these is like without having to do the whole, well, he sent it to me, so I got to be nice about it. So and I'll tell you like it is. I'll go through the inside of this thing if I haven't already showed you in the clips, and we'll check out every bit and piece of this thing and see what it's all about. Let's do this. All right, we're gonna take this apart and see what's on the inside of these. Look at this, it's two toroidal, I think that's how you say it, transformers. So one's the input, one's the output. That's pretty interesting. And back here it has these little switches. I have my gloves on because I'm pulling out tubes. But I think it comes with the SN2P EVs. I've never heard of that. So there's a switch up here to change that. And obviously it's set to this. So I think the power amp tube switch, this is only the phase inverter. So I don't believe it's for the EL34s. But this was set to this one as well. So I don't know. That's the back of it. We got the solo volume, the master volume, a depth. I think the masters could basically be an attenuator, you know. And you know, there you go. It's got those, and it does have a loop. Just go through the front here. So I guess this is the clean here with the brights, and it has a FX loop. It turns on, and you can turn the solo on. So that's that second, basically a master volume. And this one I think is the Mark III one, the OD3 I think. Has voice shift and bright. Oh, my pizza's going off. And OD2 with the shift, and OD1. One of them is a slow, and I forget what the other one was, but yeah, we'll take this apart and just take a look at the inside. Thought I'd go ahead and put this in there too. We all like to see pizza, don't we? I like to put a little bit of Italian seasoning and paprika on it. This is straight up cheese. But I will not be working on this amp while I'm eating this. I promise. For those of you that wanted to see the inside of this thing, check it out. It's even labeled, look, even biased it at 34 millivolts. Interesting. So I guess those are the trim pots. I wonder if it's one for each power tube here, because there's only two. There's a phase inverter. So that's the power board. This is the effects board. Here's the output transformer. I think it's both the output and the power transformer. Oh, that's where the speaker jacks are. That makes sense, because that one would be our output transformer. That's our input. Okay. So that's just the effects board. And the only thing, look at this. Dragon motherboard. Hey, they try. I wonder why they put it in English. Oh, look at this. So they have this already printed out where it comes with all these holes and they can put whatever the hell they want in it. That's kind of cool. To keep costs down and not having to make different chassis. So there's our preamp board. Well, this is the preamp board. But I mean, this definitely makes it pretty easy to work on. The only thing that I particularly don't care for is that it is all wired up. If I were to have to get on the other side of this, I would have to be lifting up pretty much all of this stuff or desolder. But I mean, it's pretty straightforward. It's quick and easy. Yeah. There you go. So was this a Heinz CDs? I've never heard of those. What are these? JC Cons. I think I've seen those before in amps, but resistors look solid. And there's a trim pot there. Gain 1, OD3. Interesting. I wonder if you can trim the gain a little bit if you needed to. But yeah, there you go. There's the inside of it. Signed, and I guess that's February 05. Yeah, cool. So I know the guy's like, I think he's basically a one-man, show when it comes to this. But I was wondering why this cap and this resistor over here was on the back here. But it looks like these are boards that were just made and it was marked. Because they would definitely fit on this other side here. I don't see any issue with heat or anything, but there may be a reason for that. Not sure. But this is just, it seems like a piece that they just pop on and somebody opened this up and is like, hey, you forgot to put this on. So they put this resistor here and this cap there. So, but yeah, just took those off, and there's our power tubes again. Phase inverter, and this switches the type of preamp tubes that's being used. That one being for the preamp board, and that one being for the phase inverter. So yeah. Okay, on the subject of build quality and stuff, I do want to note that these little bias pots, I was over here biasing this guy, and they are super sensitive. So when I first checked it, obviously it says 34 millivolts here, but that's not what I was reading here. Now I'll put it back. But I guess with the shipping and everything, it just kind of started to move a little bit, or I don't know. This is something to note about this amp. And it may just be, this one might be just a one case scenario, but this is something that I noticed. It was running at about 40 millivolts, which is probably about 80% for these EL34s. And it's a little hot. It's a little hot. I don't think there's much tonal difference between 70% and 80%, but personally 70% is the highest I'd like to go. So yeah, there's something to note. The chassis screws aren't those little, you know, little block things. It's literally just a screw that goes into here. So not a huge deal. Well, it can be if this strips out. So that's something else to notice too. I don't like that. All right, in that little intro clip, we definitely did one of the, we did all channels, okay? As you saw, I was switching back between. Now, I wasn't actually switching between them while I had like a DI going or something. I just did like a little video of me, you know, pushing the switch and stuff, so you guys knew what channel I was actually playing in. So let's go ahead and go through this thing. Obviously, the first thing that was on there was the clean, so let's go ahead and do that. Probably got to turn it on first. Ah, my SD1 is on. So let's turn this up some. There we go. So yeah, I mean, all these settings that are set up right now, I'll go through each one of them before I start messing with them, is basically what I did. And I will go ahead and tell you that this is based off of a Fender Twin, maybe Deluxe. You know, Fender to me is a Fender. But then we also have the what is it, OD1, which is based off of a SLO. And then we have OD2, which is based off of a Deizel V4. And then the OD3 is a Mark III. Now, my impression at first was that you buy one of these Dragon amps and then you can request any kind of preamp that you want in it. That's not the case. Those are the preamps that you have in this guy, and that's just how it is when you buy the Dragon. But I know the guy can make any preamp in any kind of amp form, fashion, because apparently he's got all the schematics. I don't know if there's like some copyright with that stuff. So who knows? We'll see how long this lasts. And hopefully he sticks around, you know, because getting amps at this kind of rate is awesome. The guy who did purchase this, I think it was, he bought it, it was a $700 amp. And then it was $150, $160, it might be $200 to ship it. So you're looking at, you know, $800 some odd dollars to get something like this. And I have to say, it's pretty awesome. And I did play this loud too, just to see how it would hold up. And I was a little afraid about the Toroidal's power amp, the PT and the OT. So I wasn't sure if that was going to hold up, but they did. I mean, this is a full-fledged amp with 4 channels, which is freaking awesome. So anyways, all right. I know I went over to the clean stuff. So I'll mess with it a little bit. We'll add some more bass to that, right? And I'll show you how much gain it can get on here. So we'll go all the way up on that. I had to turn it down some. So it's definitely a little higher than edge of breakup kind of stuff there. Let's go back here. Turn the volume back up. There's a bright switch here. Let's push that in. That's a pretty good clean, man. With that bright switch, it really brightens up there. So kudos for the clean there. And you know what's cool is you got this little, you know, FX loop. I can turn it on and off with this little foot switch up here. That's freaking awesome. You know, if I wanted to, you know, run a preamp in the loop and stuff, I could do that too. I've not tested that, and I may at a later date, but it goes with the solo too. So if I turn the solo on, turn it off, on. So as you can see, it kind of, I think it boosts the mids just a tad, and the volume. And you do have a dial in the back to actually turn that to how loud you want it to be. And it's very intuitive. It's like, it's not like you, I didn't try this, but if you turn it all the way down, I wonder if it does turn it off or it is neutral with the amp's volume at that level. But you can turn it up halfway and then it boosts it up a little bit, or turn it up all the way and it gives you a real boost, you know, to your volume and stuff. And I think it is a like mid boost in there too. That's what it feels like. It may just be the volume boost on it, but I don't know. Let's go to the slow. So I have noticed that it does pop like that, switching between preamps and stuff. It's something that I want to kind of dig in a little bit more, because I did have to change the preamp tubes on this guy. There are two different types of preamp tubes this thing can take. I'll show you in a snip right here. These are the tubes. I know it's a 12X7 in this guy, which is not a common tube, and I think it's a low gain preamp tube, so it pushes more voltage through, and there's a switch on the back for both the phase inverter and for all the preamp tubes. In total, there's 8 preamp tubes for each of these, not each, but for all of these preamps. And then the phase inverter back there with the 2 EL84s. Okay, let's go ahead and hear the slow channel. So this is what you guys heard in that little demo. Actually, what you heard was the SD one on, so. And I think the riff I was playing with that one was the but I had SD1 on, so here's what it sounds like. Dude, I thought that this was my favorite channel when I was playing it with it at first, and after I boosted with the SD1, because it just did so well with it. That's pretty cool, man. So I'm gonna boost up the bass here. Boost up the gain. And then turn off the SD1. Now, after I go through these channels, I will go to a regular guitar that's in D standard, and I'll show you that too. I don't want to just stay on this baritone here, but I mean, I had the bass back, so as you can see, it can get a little wolfy. Let's get a little more treble. Pretty trebly, and I'll show you what the shift does actually. Is without the shift and with the shift on. It sounds like it takes the shift, the mids, and scoops it and brings up the low mids, is what it feels like. Obviously, I like it without. Presence. And an SD1 on again. Yeah. I mean, that's what you want to hear with a baritone, right? That's freaking awesome. All right, let's go over to what is now my favorite channel, which is, it's funny because it's, what's his name? You know what? I had the solo on. Without it, much darker, right? So I have to turn up the treble and presence. And then that's ST1 on. That's so cool because like the solo is really usable on this amp. And it's perfect to dial in too, because you got a dial in the back to put as much volume you want in the solo boost. Like usually you just have a button and it just, you know, boosts the volume and all that kind of stuff. And with this one, you can dial it in a little bit. That's awesome. All right, let's go over to the channel I was talking about. Oh, that pops. So I'll show you. Once you start kind of going back and forth through it, it doesn't do it anymore. Yeah, so there's that. I'll have to look into that. So here's channel or OD2. Oh man, is this on? Yeah, that's on. We'll turn that off. Okay. And now what I've noticed is the volume dials are totally different for each of these. I think the OD1 and OD3 are pretty comparable, but for OD2, and it might be the preamp tube. So, because I did change those out because I'm used to 12H7s. But I did have to push this volume up pretty high, as you can see, to match. But you hear that? You hear how it's got that like gnarl to it? Guess what? That's Deizel VH4. I think I'm saying it right? Yeah, that's that sound. And I've only played a Deizel maybe twice in my life. And as soon as I heard that, that's exactly what I remembered. It was that just sharp bite to it. And it's got a great amount of gain on it too. Bring some treble up to bring that snarl in. Now, let's go ahead and turn on the SD1. It sounds like Fear Factor, what is that band? Fear something. Jeez, I can't remember, but it was on the Carmageddon soundtrack. If you guys know Carmageddon, hit in the comments below, because I love that game. You're just going around smashing pedestrians. but listen to that. I don't know, there's something special about that sound, and it's definitely the Deizel sound. I never thought I knew what it was until I was reminded whenever I played this channel. I think that this channel is worth the whole freaking amp. Okay, let me show you the shift. So the shift takes away that Deizel signature sound to me. Cameras, man. Cameras are such a pain in the butt. Anyways, I love that sound, man. Especially with overdrive in front, man. I thought that was a pretty cool riff that I made up for that song. It's a little bit of a tongue twister kind of riff. Anyways, all right, let's go over to the other channel, which is supposed to be the Mark III. Ooh, you see? Big old pop. Go back, over, and it goes away. It's interesting. I think maybe it's because of the voltage. If you stay on the preamps, the voltage just kind of sticks there, and then whenever you flip over, it just a sudden change. And then when you go back and forth with it, it hasn't built up quite yet. At least that's my thinking of it. All right, so let's turn the ST1 off. Turn the volume up because obviously it sounds like it needs it. So this is supposed to be the Mark III without the EQ. Now, I've never played a Mark III, so I have no idea what I'm doing here, or if it sounds anything like it. So there's a few more switches on this one than the other ones, so I'll go through those. So here's the voice. This is it disengaged. It was engaged before. And then voice back in. I think this is supposed to emulate the V, and I'm just guessing, but it's what I would think what a voice for this would do. But this is with it engaged. Yes. It's a lot smoother with it off. Brings it way forward. That's an awesome sound. I like that. Let's see what the shift does. So that's disengaged. Let's do with the voice. Engaged. See, yeah, it took everything out of it. Disengage that and engage the shift. And there's also a bright switch, which was engaged. presence is pretty active here. Engaged. Cool. Let's go up to 3 o'clock with that. Tons of gain on this channel. It's freaking awesome. And let's go back over to OD2. See, that whole time I had the SD1 off. We'll bring this gain up to about the same spot. See what that sounds like. Something special about that channel, man. More gain. Okay, now let's go ahead and use a D standard guitar because this one was in B. Okay, now I feel at home. It feels so weird going from a baritone to a regular 6-string. Or, you know, that's a 6-string as well, but... So this is that VH4 channel. Let's go over to OD3. Bring up the middle. For this channel and these pickups, I feel like I do need the SD1. That's what would make me feel like playing, so that's what I did. Let's go over to the slow channel again. Now remember the SD1 is on. Going from that channel, I feel like this needs more bass. Bring up some more presence too. Mids. Well, there you go. I think I've went through this pretty good. I'll tell you what, I'll go through the solo one more time just to show you guys. So without it, I'm gonna turn it on. Off. On. Well, there you go. I hope I went through this amp enough so you guys can get a good idea of what this sounds like. And again, thank you so much for that specific viewer that sent this over and basically just gave it to me. And I can't tell you how grateful I am for that, man. I don't think anyone's ever done that for me. So it was kind of a shocker. I just have to get better about being able to be thankful and all that stuff. So anyways, but I hope this helped you guys kind of decide whether you want to buy something like this. I definitely recommend it because my thing is, if it doesn't play loud good, then why would I want to amp anyways? Yeah, I could just use the quad cortex and all that stuff at a low level volume, but this thing definitely does it good. I turned it up loud each of these channels, and it definitely gets bigger sounding the louder it gets, so it doesn't suffer from getting thin at the very top end of it. So anyways, this is my thoughts on it. Go ahead and in the comments tell me what you guys want to see from this amp. I know it's kind of a hot item right now, so I want to get the most out of this and show you guys the most out of it that I can. Hope you guys liked the video, and go ahead, like and subscribe the channel. I want this channel to grow. I want to show you guys cool things, try to pull my riffs on them and stuff and do it DMD style. So anyways, there you go, DMD out.